Okay, I am live a little early because I want to check the sound. How should I check the sound? If you're listening, let me know if the sound is good or if you can hear me at all. I'm going to start with a little song you might know. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to you. Okay, so you got some you got some sound going. Yeah, it's my brother John's birthday. Well, it was Monday. So happy birthday. So since I shouldn't start yet because it's early. This is really like a sound check. So I should play something I wasn't really going to play. Because that would be, gee, I was going to play all of those. The Turkey Buzzard song? I don't know that song. Turkey Buzzard song. I'm just starting a little early just to get the sound and make sure it's all sounding good. It would take a song to bring you back to me when everything seems wrong. A song can set you free. Nothing in this world can change what came to be. But if I sing it in a song, it's like you've never gone. And on the radio, a song begins to play, a song you used to love when it was often played. The world spins back in time, and there I am with you. Hey, Eric, and hopefully Jenny. I started a little early just to do some sound checking. Yeah, I can spotlight things. I learned that last time. I don't know how to stop it again. Oh, there you go. Turkey Buzzard song. I don't remember it. I wish I had like sound on both ends so I could say, how does it hum a few bars of the Turkey Buzzard song? Go, Jenny, go. That's Eric. His other half is Jenny. And you have to love Jen French Cha-Cha. Jen French Cha-Cha. If I was Jenny's partner, I would just always use that. I would just be like, yeah, Jen French Cha-Cha, I'm using that. VOT. Voice over? VOT. I don't know what that means. Hi, Sandra Books. I don't know what VOT means. Vote? Because I do regularly in all the elections. Little ones, big ones. I do. VOT. Very odd text. I don't know what that means. Oh, so also, if you're on here, I'm on YouTube and Facebook Live. So I can see any comments that come in from either one. But if you're on YouTube, you only see YouTube comments. And if you're on Facebook, you only see Facebook comments. So if I'm responding to a comment like I did on this YouTube where Sandra Book said VOT FYI, people on Facebook can't see that because she's on YouTube. But if you could translate it, VOT. That would be awesome. Hello, everyone that's just joining. I started a little early just to do a little sound check, and from what I understand, it sounds good, though I can't hear it. But hopefully it does still. If it doesn't sound good, you just let me know in the chat. Let me know you're here, say hello. Love to hear from you. And it is 7:30, so I am going to start. I'm going to start. I wasn't going to play this song at all tonight, but my brother's here and he likes it, so I'm going to play Safer When It Rains. Oh, our landline is ringing. If my husband's on here. Oh, sound is perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Bernie. I appreciate that. Yeah, we have a landline that we can't kill. I don't know why. Just can't kill it. So it's going to ring a bit. It also doesn't have an answering machine, so it just continues to ring. So if my husband's on here, I really want to kill that. Really want to kill the landline. So anyway, this song, Safer When It Rains, I wrote it because my brother-in-law, who is a retired police officer, one time, way back when I lived in Philly, told me that criminals generally don't work in the rain. And it's a generalization, and it's not always true. But if you were a criminal and you were self-employed, would you go out in the rain? I wouldn't. If I was going to mug someone, I'd wait for a sunny day. So I think it makes sense. But ever since he told me that, when I would ride the L or the elevated train, if you're not from Philly, or buses, and I was walking the streets of Philly and it was raining, I always felt safer. I feel much safer when it rains. I like to feel it pouring on my skin. My pores let it seep in. You won't hear me complain. I feel much safer when it rains. Where I come from, the sky is small. Sometimes you can't see it at all, unless you're smart, you're tall. I know the sky will never fall. I know the sky will never fall. It's hard to tell who's good, who's cruel, and someone always sends me back to school. What's right from what is wrong. Might not be tough, but I am strong, so strong. You might be here, you might be gone. I know what's right from what is wrong. It's hard to tell who's good, who's cruel. Safer when it rains. I like to feel it pouring on my skin. My pores let it seep in. You won't hear me complain. I feel much safer when it rains. I feel much safer when it rains. I feel much safer when it rains. That is called Safer When It Rains. It is on my Chasing Happy album, which is now available on my website, which didn't used to be. So if you need a Christmas gift, and someone's already got Jellyfish on the Moon, that's an option. What row are you in? Hi, Dee, my cousin Dee. Oh, that's too funny. You're always in the first row, Dee. Oh, thanks, John. Yeah, that was for my brother John, whose birthday was Monday. You can say happy birthday to him in the chat if you'd like. And he's my older brother. They're all my older brothers and sisters, and they always will be older. Thanks, Richard. Thanks for liking Chasing Happy. Yeah, I say that because I'm defensive because I was told I'm starting to have cataracts. So I have to say, yes, I'm young. I'm the young one. I'm the youngest. I had to call my mother and tell her, your baby has cataracts. Ah. In the early 1990s, NASA sent 2,500 jellyfish into space. And they must have gotten a little frisky on the way up because they came back with 60,000 jellyfish. It's a lot of jelly roll. But when they brought the jellyfish that had been born in space back to Earth, they found that they could no longer tell up from down. They had evolved. And sometimes I feel that way too. I wasn't born here, I was born on the moon. I don't know what's up or what's down. I wasn't supposed to leave my home. I wasn't supposed to be found here with gravity holding me close to the ground. I have a resistance from east and to west. I don't want to go either way. But with much persistence I'm moving on. But in what direction I cannot say, because gravity is holding me close to the ground. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm evolving. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm revolving and I don't know now, but I'll find my way somehow. You wouldn't believe if I told you the truth. You won't understand what it meant. Turns out my life was transported here. I was a mad scientist experimenting. They let me go and released me into the cold. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm evolving. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm revolving and I don't know now, but I'll find my way somehow. Excuse me please, there has been some mistake. I was born to be free and float in outer space. You brought me down to earth. Now I can't find my place and I'm topsy-turvy. I'm topsy-turvy. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm evolving. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm revolving and I don't know now, but I find my way somehow. That is Jellyfish on the Moon. Oh, he had an earworm. Eric, who is known on this chat as Jen French-Cha-Cha, that is really Eric, had an earworm from this song. Good. And singing along. I was hoping you were singing along. In fact, I was hearing it, Bernie. I was hearing it in my ear. I thought Bernie was singing with me. I usually don't do that one on piano. I usually do it on guitar, but sometimes I wrote it on piano, so sometimes I like to go back to basics. And Bernie, you're like one of the first people that ever heard that song, because I took it to NERFA. I played it for Vance a week before here in my living room, or my piano room, my studio, as I call it. And then I went up to NERFA the next week, and I had worked on it all week, like crazy worked on it all week. And then I brought it up to NERFA, and then I asked Vance, like, because at the end of this workshop we go to, the singer-songwriter workshop. Bernie is a wonderful singer-songwriter. Eric and Jen and Shelley Quigley is a beautiful singer-songwriter, and there's probably more here that I'm missing. Richard Hunt is a wonderful songwriter. My brother John is a crazy monster guitar player, electric guitar player, or acoustic guitar player in general. And it was his birthday Monday, so happy birthday, John. It's the birthday show. So, so Bernie, you were like one of the first people that ever heard that song. And, I asked, we have a big concert at the end of that workshop, and I asked, good, I'm glad. I thought I heard like a choir of angels singing with me, Eric. Moon Jellyfish, that's cool. But anyway, I ended up playing that at the end of the concert, the concert thing, and everybody sang with me, and I almost cried. I mean, I just got very emotional because I could hear the room singing it because they'd heard it in the workshop, and they were singing along, and Bernie's singing along now, and it touches my heart. I love that. So while I'm on the fish topic, I will do my fish trilogy, which I have a fish trilogy now because I've written 3 songs about fish. Maybe I'll do coleoid next. I wrote this song when I heard what a coleoid was, and I'm probably gonna get this wrong, and so the sciencey people can correct me, but a coleoid is something that's lasted before the dinosaurs, and basically it's like an octopus or something like that, but in the beginning they didn't have a backbone, they were just a wad of matter. And then they grew a backbone, like they wrapped their body around their mantle, around a shell. Fish gillatry. Hey, CM. Yay. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, my fish gillatry, not trilogy, gillatry. And it's, I'm going to sing all these songs on Poipus, and I'm stealing that one from Richard. But they wrapped their mantle around in a shell and grew a backbone, and it allowed them to be stronger and swim to the bottom of the ocean so that they could survive whatever the event was. Asteroid, whatever it was that hit the earth and killed the fish. Killed the dinosaurs, not the fish. But these fish survived. It's called coleoid. I am a coleoid. I'm every squid you've ever eaten. I am the octopus whose garden you said you would like to be in. I'm in the family of cephalopods. I used to wear a shell-like armor in shallow waters where I'd harbor from jaws that would like to crumble me. It was harm I tried to avoid. Wearing a shell gave me protection, although it prevented much affection. No one would swallow me whole. But then I wrapped my soft mantle around my shell's handle, making me stronger and folding it inside of me, becoming my backbone, one that was homegrown, making me lighter so I could swim in the deep sea. I am a coleoid. With a backbone, I'm a deep diver, a 300 million year survivor. I outlived the dinosaurs. And was that an asteroid? Rocking my world with such precision, taking the brunt of my collision. I swam to the deepest part of me, and then I wrapped my soft mantle around my shell's handle, making me stronger, folding it inside of me, becoming my backbone, one that was homegrown, making me lighter were to hug me, you would feel love like you have never felt before. Was that me you enjoyed? Did you order the deep fried calamari? Well, that's okay, don't be too sorry, 'cause my kind will outlive yours. So as I sung it, I realized they had a shell, and they wrapped their mantle around the shell and made it a backbone. It's like the evolution, another evolutionary song. Not an evolutionary song. I've written evolutionary songs. No, I meant to say songs about evolution. Yes, and I'm doing these songs just for the halibut. And yeah, I try to research what I'm saying, but I always would say that the jellyfish has calcium nitrate crystals in the perimeter of their bell like humans do, and someone corrected me recently and said, it's not calcium nitrate, it's calcium sulfate. So I don't say that anymore, because I gotta research it before I start saying things like that. So okay, this is my third in the gilletry fish song. So many fish swimming in the sea, so many fish swimming in the sea, so many little fishies in a big pool of water, but nobody swims like me. No, nobody swims like me. So many flowers blooming in the spring, so many flowers blooming in the spring, so many pretty flowers you could while away the hours, but no one has colors like me. No, no one has colors like me. You can go where the tropic breezes blow and the pleasures are at your command. Just recall when you think you've got it all, you've got birds in the bush, but none in your hand. So many arms that could keep you warm, so many arms that can keep you warm, so many warm arms, some are even 5 alarm, but no one as warm as me. No, no one as warm as me. You can go where the tropic breezes blow and the pleasures are at your command. Just recall when you think you've got it all, you've got 2 birds in the bush, but none in your hand. So many arms that can keep you warm, so many arms that can keep you warm, so many warm arms, some are even 5 alarm, but no one as warm as me. No, no one as warm as me. No, no one as warm as me. That is called So Many Fish. They were a Big Bang Theory reject. Yes, the fish swam to the deep and survived. So, or actually, that wasn't Big Bang, that was whatever it was that killed the dinosaurs. I don't think it was Big Bang. They might have not been there yet before the Big Bang, who knows? Who knows? Okay, next on the list is some guitar music. Switching to guitar. Oh, I'm not plugged in. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna have to mute my mic here for a minute. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks very much. I was saying some really brilliant things. Sorry you missed it. I was saying, I'm still muted. I'm still muted? Am I still muted? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Oh, you can hear me. Good. Thank you. This is called Wish. A ladybug in flight, the moon when it's full of light, the first bright star you see, touch blue and your wish will come true. The eyelash on your cheek, the heads up penny you seek, a white horse in your road, birthday candles that you blow, the break of a wishbone, dandelion in the breeze, 3 coins in a wishing well, genie in a bottle, flashing shooting star, a horse that goes fast and far. I wish on all these things, but most of all, I wish you loved me. You let go of my hand, say bread and butter, grasp it again, as if nothing can separate us. I make a wish like I do, that we'll never be parted, and we are joined again, and you are still my friend. But I wish on clovers with 4 leaves, made on Midsummer's Eve. On the clock, finding wood to knock, spin a graduation ring, first robin in the spring. You let go of my hand, say bread and butter, grasp it again, as if nothing can separate us. I make a wish like I do, that we'll never be parted, and we are joined again. You are still my friend, but I wish on autumn leaves that fall, a shiny crystal ball, butterflies and moonbeams, champagne wishes, caviar dreams, a wedding when it rains, 1,000 origami cranes. I wish I weren't so sad, I wish I didn't feel so bad, and I wish you loved me. That is called Wish, and I don't know if my childhood best friend Jonas is on here or not, but I want him to hear that song because there is a line in that song, Champagne Wishes, Caviar Dreams, that I totally took from, he used to watch Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous when we were growing up. In the beginning of the show, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, Robin Leach, he was the host, and he would say this whole narration, and somewhere in there he would say, champagne wishes and caviar dreams, which is just, I think, a great line. So, I'm hoping Jonas hears that someday. Totally took it from knowing him. This is called Still You Choose Love. I can see your hands are tied. You want to hold the hand of your beautiful bride, but it's not safe, you need to hide. You get glances when you take outside chances, and still you choose love, even though you're in danger of the moments you've lost, having to act like they're strangers in your own land. Coming in now for a kiss, you have to look around, make sure that nothing's amiss. There's no one you want to offend. least of all a relative or a friend, and still you choose love, even though you're in danger of the moments you've lost, having to act like you're strangers in your own land. Love is rare and hard to find. It moves the heavens and the earth and the stars to all align. You give up everything, you make it through, only for someone to say it's not for you. But love is love, 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 is love. When will love be free for everyone? When will it be safe to hold hands and kiss in the sun? No matter your origin, your race, your creed, your color, your religion, and still you choose love, even though you're in danger of the moments you lost, having to act like you're strangers in your own land. Love is rare and hard to find. It moves the heavens and the earth and the stars to all align. You give up everything, you make it through, only for someone to say it's not for you. But love is love, 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 is love. That is called Still You Choose Love. I leached it from Leech. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, now I'm going into the cover part of, well, some of it. So I'm doing some covers tonight. So Bill Staines, I didn't know who Bill Staines was. I moved to Lansdowne in 2008, and they have the Lansdowne Folk Club, which is a wonderful place to go hear folk music. And I've always wanted to go there. I heard about it for years. And then I moved to Lansdowne, and I'm like, I gotta go to this thing. So I go to Lansdowne Folk Club for the first time, and their playing featured was Bill Staines. He passed away this week. But I'd never heard of him, and I was just, oh, this is kind of cool. And he started to play the song Darcy Farrow. And I grew up, because I had a sister that loved John Denver, I grew up listening to John Denver, and that was one of John Denver's songs, and I heard it a billion times and never even thought about who the songwriter was. Back in those days, I wasn't so focused on it. He wrote Darcy Farrow, and I was just blown away by that. Bill Staines wrote Darcy Farrow, and I'd been listening to that. It's that thing where you listen to music for so long, and hi, well, my sister Dot's here, and my brother John is here, and my cousin Dee is here. So I'm going to play Darcy Farrow. I'm going to try to do it this way. Written by Steve Gillette and Tom Campbell. Darcy Farrow, really? I thought Bill Staines wrote it. I'm not doing it then. Well, Bill Staines sang it that night, and I thought I looked it up, but maybe I didn't. He's not the songwriter? Richard knows these things, so okay, forget that. If I could cut that out, I would. It's going to go on my YouTube channel for posterity. Where the Walker runs down to the Carson Valley plain, there lived a maiden, Darcy Farrow was her name, the daughter of old Dundee, and a fair one was she, the sweetest flower that had bloomed o'er the range. Her voice was as sweet as the sugar candy, her touch was as soft as a bed of goose down. shone bright like the pretty lights that shine in the night down of Yarrington town. She was courted by young Vandermeer. A fine lad was he, as I am to hear. He gave her shiny rings and lacy things, and she promised him to wed before the snows came that year. But her pony did stumble and she did fall. Her dying touched the hearts of us one and all. Young Vandy in his pain put a bullet to his brain, and we buried them together as the snows began to fall. They sing of Darcy Farrow where the Truckies run through. They sing of her beauty in Virginia City too. At dusky sundown to her name they drink around, and to young Vandy whose love was true. So that is Darcy Farrow, written by Steve Gillette and Tom Campbell, sung by Bill Staines the first time I saw him, so I sort of connect the song with him, even though apparently it's not his. So, and I am using some words tonight because I'm doing a lot of covers, and some of them are, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm competing with fire engine sound. Santa's coming to the neighborhood. This is late for Santa. Well, I guess Santa does come in the night. Oh my gosh, thank you, Richard. Thanks so much. I'd love to hear what the other two songs are. That's very cool. So this is definitely a Bill Staines song. It is, and so that same night when I heard Bill Staines for the first time, he sang this song and blew me away, and it is my favorite Bill Staines song, and I just love it. And I am using words, which Santa is drunk. I am using words because this is kind of new news, and so it's weird. I can't get the, it's so cold, so probably, you want to stay in. I can't get the song in my head. This happens sometimes. It's Darcy Farrow is so in my head that I can't do this one. Okay, we'll come back to that after I clear my head. Wow, okay, so I'm going to do my Brahms trilogy. I'll come back to Roseville Fair. Oh my gosh, it's just, this is what my brain does sometimes. It just has a mind of its own, literally. This is the story of Clara Schumann. She was a composer and a virtuoso pianist. She was a touring musician. She lived in Germany. She toured the Netherlands, England, Germany, Russia. She was married to Robert Schumann, who was the premier composer of his day. Funny, John. One day, Johannes Brahms, known as Jojo in the song, knocked on their door and rocked their world. I am married to the kingmaker, but of all the kings he chooses, Jojo's a ball breaker, he's a heart taker, and they call him the darling of the muses. As I entered the parlor, Jojo sat at the piano. He had diamonds in his eyes and his hair was a halo. And he began to play like nothing I'd ever heard. It was crazy, made me dizzy, I think smoke did I fall in love with the darling of the roses? Tongue started wagging after me and my kids. I wish I'd had half the fun that they'd imagined that I did. But I got bills to pay, I got work to do. Ain't it funny how Jojo didn't get a scarlet letter too? The king's in the counting house, counting all the voices in his head. Jojo kisses my children at night and tucks them into bed. The kingmaker left me when he jumped into the Rhine. The voices in his head were so much stronger than mine. But I loved him with a vengeance, every moment here or gone. He left me with Jojo, but he also left me all alone. The king is in the counting house, counting all the voices in his head. And when he took his last breath, I turned to Jojo and said, let's take a trip together, but he blew his kisses to me. He said he'd rather be alone as long as he was free. Now my heart is broken twice, and I'm left with all those bruises. How did I fall in love with the darling of the muses? And down in the counting house, counting all the voices in my head. And down in the counting house, counting all the voices in my head. And down in the counting house. That is called Darling of the Muses. It's the first song of the trilogy, written in the voice of Clara Schumann. The second voice in the trilogy is Brahms. Johannes Brahms, my favorite composer, because he wrote really good bass lines for a double bass in an orchestra. And he was a bachelor his whole life, never married. And I felt simpatico with that because I didn't marry till pretty late. And he just, he had some love interests, Clara being one of them. I'm saddled with the duty of writing songs about true love. It's something that composers ought to do. My heart is young, though not in years, but I see love through a lens of fear. It's hard to tell a falsehood from what's true. I recognize the sputtering of broken hearts when they take wing. They need the strength of two where there's just one. I've seen the shot off Cupid's bow miss its mark and crash below my feet. I gaze ahead and I walk on. World don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. World don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. I notice that you're generous, you heal my heart with tenderness, and my imagination starts to run. But in the club of lonely hearts, I am a patron of the art, and I know how this ends before it's done. World don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. World don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. I dreamed we shared a moment where you drew me in, caressed my hair, and whispered softly in a dulcet tone. I close my eyes as if it's mine to feel that tenderness one time again. my eyes flash open, I'm alone. World don't perish, sky don't fall, until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. World don't perish, sky don't fall, until I'm with the one I love. World don't perish, sky don't fall on me. I have to check. Oh, hey, Jen Friend Cha Cha. That is called Sky Don't Fall. I keep calling it the wrong thing because I wrote it because Brahms, Johannes Brahms, early in his career wrote a song called World Don't Perish, Sky Don't Fall, Until I'm With the Girl I Love. And that's where I got the idea for the song. Thank you so much, Jen and Eric. Ice and nice. Yeah, so that is, so the last song on the Brahms trilogy, I have to do that every time, is called You Don't Look My Way. And this is, there was this little triangle going on, and this is, oh, hey, Rick, thanks for coming. Oh, Rick is also a very wonderful songwriter, as is Jen, Eric, Richard. There's so many here. It's such a, Richard, and I think I'm missing someone. Maybe not. But yeah, there's a lot of songwriters on here, and that is such a compliment. I mean, it's complimented that anyone is here. I'm very complimented for anyone to be here. But when a songwriter comes, it's like, they get me, like they want to hear the songs because they're songwriters and they get it, which is just like, not that you don't get it. I better just quit while I'm at it. So this is called You Don't Look My Way. Thanks for being here, everyone that's here, because I'm so appreciative. So this is in the trilogy, in the Brahms trilogy. This is how I think I would feel if I were Robert Schumann. He was not jealous. He loved Clara Schumann. He loved Brahms. And he trusted them. So he wasn't worried. But if I were him, knowing that he sued Clara Schumann's father for her hand and won and married her. Unbelievable. He went to great lengths. I'd been so high on your love, came to rely on your love. Now I ask why. I got a degree in your love, got a paper decree of your love for eternity. Don't look my way. Got down on my knees for your love, sued your enemies for your love, cut down family trees. Don't look my way. I faced every fear for your love, shed salty tears for your love, gave my best years. You don't look my way. Who made the stars cross up in the sky? Who got you singing the new tune? Who made your heart skip a beat away from mine? Who put the lights around the room? You don't look my way. Who made the stars cross up in the sky? Who got you singing a new tune? Who made your heart skip a beat away from mine? Who put lights around the moon? Where do I go without your love? What do I have to show without your love? Who do I know if I don't know you? Please set me free from this love. Lord, rescue me from this love. You're all I see. You don't look my way. Who made the stars cross up in the sky? Who got you singing a new tune? Who made your heart skip a beat away from mine? Who put lights around the moon? Where do I go without your love? What do I have to show without your love? Who do I know? If I don't know you, please set me free from this love. Lord, rescue me from this love. You're all I see. You don't look my way. That's called You Don't Look My Way. All right, I'm getting down to it, so I better do the other covers. So I have other covers to do, so I better do them. Because I'm honoring some people that have passed. And one of them is Stephen Soundheim. And again, there's one of his songs that I want to just keep by in case. I usually don't use words, and lately I've been using them quite often. This I might screw up a lot, and if I do, I'll play it again next week, and it'll be better. Oh, thank you. Thank you for Kathy Quinn, another wonderful songwriter. Oh, Andy S. is so good to see you. Oh, so good to see you. So I said I would do a couple Brazo. I like Brazo better than Bravo, honestly, Jen and Eric. Brazo sounds like risque. Brazo, Lisa. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, we got, she just called me a bozo. This is called Not a Day Goes By. It's by Stephen Soundheim, who passed in last week. Not a day goes by, not a single day, but you're still somehow part of my life. And it looks like you'll stay as the days go by. I keep thinking, when does it end? When it's the day I'll have started forgetting. But I just go on thinking and sweating and cursing and crying and turning and reaching and waking and dying and not a day goes by, not a blessed day, that you're somehow a part of my life, and it looks like you'll stay till there's hell to pay, and until I die, I'll die day after day after Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around. Nothing's gonna harm you, no sir, not while I'm around. Demons are prowling everywhere nowadays. I'll send them howling, I don't care, I've got ways. No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare. Others can desert you, not to worry, whistle, I'll be there. Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time, nothing can harm you, not while I'm around. Being close and being clever ain't like being true. Never had to, I would never hide a thing from you like some. No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare. Others will desert you, not to worry, whistle, I'll be there. Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time, nothing can harm you, not while I'm around. So that is called Not While I'm Around. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Jen and Eric. Yeah, Andy S., our friend CM, is also on here. Andy S. and CM are Vance fans that I'm so lucky that sometimes they come and hear me, which is so lovely. Hey, Dot. So Stephen Soundheim. So the first time I heard this song is my favorite Stephen Soundheim song, and I'm not deep in the Stephen Soundheim catalog. I have just brushed the surface. I'm getting deeper because that's what happens is a musician passes away and then everybody wants to know everything about them while they're living. Who knows? But he had a great career. He had a wonderful career. And I actually saw an interview with him recently. Not a recent interview. I saw recently an interview with him, and it was just fascinating to know his career trajectory and the things he had to do. Like, not to go on rambling too long, but the first time I heard "Not That I'm Around," not when I'm around, which is the song I just sang by Stephen Soundheim. I was at Temple. I went to music school at Temple University in Philadelphia. And I was walking with my friends on the campus, and a friend of mine, Dee, who I told her I was going to mention her. She's going to watch it later because she has a gig. But she was singing that song, and I never heard it before. She was singing it in a witchy poo voice, like a witchy, nothing's gonna harm you, kind of thing. And yay, Temple, woo! So she was singing it in a really funny voice, and I never heard the song. And what was astonishing, and I never told her this, as I told her to watch this eventually, I never told her this, but those lyrics just went, hit me in the heart. Even though she was singing it in a goofy way, the brilliance of those lyrics just hit me. Yeah, go Owls, Temple T for Temple U. So that is my Soundheim. And then I promised I'd do some Harry Chapin, and there's someone, Abby, I know you want to hear Sandy. I've started learning it, but I don't have it yet. It's not a really familiar song to me. So I'll do this song that I've done before. It's my favorite Harry Chapin song, and his birthday was yesterday, so I had people kind of hinting at me that they wanted to hear some Harry Chapin, so it's called Shooting Star. He was crazy, of course, from the first she must have known it, but still she went went on with him, and she never once had shown it. And he took her off the street, and she dried his tears of grieving. She listened to his vision, she believed in his believing. Oh, he was the sun, burning bright and brittle, and she was the moon, shining back his light a little. He was a shooting star, she was softer and more slowly. He could not make things possible, but she could make them holy, holy. She was here we go. He was dancing to some music no one else had ever heard. He'd speak in unknown languages, she'd translate every word. And when the world was laughing at his castles in the sky, she'd hold him in her body, and he once again would fly. Oh, he was the sun, burning bright and brittle, and she was the moon, shining back his light a little. He was a shooting star, she was softer and more slowly. She could not make things possible, but she could make them holy, holy. Well, she gave him, oh, here you go, gave him a daughter, and she gave him a son. She was a mother and a wife and a lover till the day was done. When he was too far gone for giving love, what he'd offer in its stead was the knowledge she was the only thing that was not in his head. He took off east one morning in the rising sun's red glow. She knew he was going nowhere, but of course she let him go. As she stood and watched him dwindle, much too empty to be sad, he reappeared beside her and said, "You're all I've ever had." Oh, he was the sun, burning bright and brittle, and she was the moon, shining back his light a little. He was a shooting star, she was softer and more slowly. He could not make things possible, but she could make them holy, holy. Oh, Andy S. Oh my gosh, I agree with all of that. And Andy, I'm so sorry. That must have been devastating. Wow, and Jen, or Eric, Fair Mountain. So Harry Chapin is like so dear to me because when I hear Harry Chapin, I'm reminded by my sister, Susan, who's no longer with us. Wow, his bass player still lives around here. Yeah, and I can hear Harry Chapin on the radio and in the car, and I can just cry. It just like his voice just like blows me away every time. So I grew up listening to that music, and I love Harry. There was one time Jen Chapin is Harry Chapin's daughter, and she's a touring musician, and she was in Philly once, and I went to see her, and I told her like how much her father meant to me, and I'm sure she gets tired of hearing that, and she wants people to tell them that she means something to them, not her father, I'm sure. But she seemed like she never gets sick of it, so it was lovely. Okay, I'm going to save Mrs. Claus for next week. I'll do Mrs. Claus. Gosh, does anybody want to hear anything? I know, yes, his bass player, was that the high voice, John? And not Mr. Tanner. Yeah, Mr. Tanner, like it was the high voice. I would want to see a documentary about Harry Chapin. I would love that. I would love it. He was very active in solving hunger. He was just an activist, he thought hunger was ridiculous, that we would have hunger in this world, and he's right, and especially in the United States where, why are people hungry? But they are. So I guess I'll end with The Best Love Songs, which is a song that's not recorded yet. I want to record it. It's called The Best Love Songs. And that is not the key. Oh gosh, here we go. Oh, okay, I got it. This will be the last song. I usually try to keep this to about an hour. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just so honored, each and every one of you, for being here. Especially my brother John, whose birthday was Monday. My older brother John. I sang happy birthday earlier. The best love songs are not about the winning, how hearts held hands and then took wing and soared above a cotton candy land. The best love songs, they don't leave you standing tall. You can barely stand at all as you rise to get up from the fall. The best love songs, they're not sung by anyone. They remain under your tongue. For years they melt away until there comes a foggy day when you forget your misery. And misery wants company, and you oblige with your knowing smile, and every moment now beguiled with caution rides the wind. You can't hear how the hourglass is ticking sand, and like sand love falls through your hand, and with it you fall down. The best love songs, they're not the ones that make you sigh, not the ones that make you cry. They remain under your tongue, never heard by anyone. The best love songs are never sung. That is called The Best Love Songs. Yes, I agree, John. They are good people here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andy S. Thank you, John, Kathy, my sister Dot, who's also here, and CM, and all these other people. Jen Franchacha, which means Jen and Eric, and Kathy Quinn, and my cousin D. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm Rick Drost. I can't believe Rick Drost showed up. That's crazy. I feel like I'm what romper room where they have the mirror, and I see Johnny. And I see Ricky. Thank you so much for being here. I know your time is precious. Next week, I am going to attempt to play 2 Joni Mitchell songs. Well, and at least one of them, I am going to play on a pink harpsichord, a Pepto-Bismol pink harpsichord. So if you want to come and see that, it should be interesting. I don't know. I don't know how to play the harp. I wrote one song on the harp already, which someday I want to play that one. But yeah, I'm going to try to play at least one Joni Mitchell song on the harp. And I hope you come by for that. It'll be fun. And I'll play Mrs. Claus, because it's the season. So yay, go for it. Thank you so much, everyone. I know your time is precious, especially in this season. So I am just honored that you're all here and that you chose to spend your evening with me. I'm just blown away. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. So have a great night. Have a great rest of the week. It's hump day. It's almost over. So see you next week, hopefully. And a dulcimer. I don't know how to play a dulcimer, Richard. I don't know how. Maybe my husband will buy me one, and we'll see. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Love you all. Yeah. Thanks, Rick Drost. I love that you're here. Thanks, Andy. CM. Oh, yeah, see you Monday on Vance's show. So my coach, Vance Gilbert, has a show on Monday nights, which is really fun. And there's some people in this chat that are fans of Vance or coachees, like I am. Vance Rick Drost is a coachee and gets songwriting coaching. And his shows are always just fun and beautiful and something to catch. But good night, everyone. Love you all. Bye.